Good evening, basketball fans, and welcome here to the capital city of Tokyo in Japan for tonight's B.LEAGUE matchup between our hosts, ALVARK Tokyo, and the visitors, Nagoya Diamond Dolphins. Well, this is a Central Division matchup between two teams battling now to try and cement those two top automatic positions to the playoffs. ALVARK Tokyo have slumbered since their great start to the season, now up to 9 defeats with 20 victories. Well, Nagoya Diamond Dolphins, of course, trying to battle as best as possible for those two top positions. Currently sitting in 5th position, a team that made it in the Central Division. A team that did make it to the semifinals last year, narrowly losing in Game 3 in the 4th quarter against eventual champions, the Hiroshima Dragonflies. Well, there are your standings. As mentioned, ALVARK Tokyo drifting away from Santa Neo Phoenix, who are currently top of the Central Conference. But they'll be looking to bounce back. Remember, these two teams did meet yesterday, in which, again, it was another disappointing defeat for ALVARK Tokyo. Well, Nagoya left with the victory 78-61. Indeed, they were led by none other than Scott Etherton, who did have 15 points. Well, Takumi Saito actually led the way with 16, excuse me. Well, Saito's 16 points improved to be imperative. Both teams combined total of 10 3-point field goals. It was Nagoya Diamond Dolphins who took the honors. Leonardo Mendel, the Brazilian international, coming up with a skill, but it came to no avail. 15 turnovers, one too many for ALVARK Tokyo that did cost them. Well, Keita Imamura, the man who won a B.LEAGUE championship with Ruku Golden Kings, nailing the three-pointer in the corner. Also another B.LEAGUE champion playing for Nagoya Diamond Dolphins, the likes of Troy Murphy Jr. It was just good basketball coming from Nagoya Diamond Dolphins, patiently breaking down the defense. Saito along with Scott Etherton, the 1-2 combo between these two players was what really did the deal here for Nagoya Diamond Dolphins. Etherton, as mentioned, 15 solid points for the big man inside. Because if you are ALVARK Tokyo, you've got to bounce back today. You don't want to go to 2 defeats here in one weekend, which would take that tally, of course, indeed to a total of 10. Well, we are going to get set to introduce the players for these two teams momentarily. And as mentioned, it's the second game in this doubleheader between both Nagoya Diamond Dolphins and ALVARK Tokyo. Well, there's head coach Dinas Adamaitis, now in his 3rd full season as head coach of ALVARK Tokyo, taking over from Coach Pavicevic, who did go on to take on against Sun Rocket Shibuya, who, as mentioned, ALVARK Tokyo did get a defeat against last week. Well, the players to look out for tonight, the likes of Takumi Saito, as mentioned, 16 points, along with Scott Etherton. Keita Imamura, who's the sharpshooter, the big signing. Coach Scott Dennis, the Australian international, of course, would be very disappointed after last year's postseason, just getting them to that final Game 3 in the semifinals that would have seen them go on to the finals to play against the Ruku Golden Kings. Our 3 referees for tonight. Again, we're very proud to say we have 3 of the very finest here in world basketball. They've done an excellent job in all of our B.LEAGUE games, and they'll continue to do so here tonight for this big matchup here at the Yoyogi Arena. Well, here are your lineups. We're now going to introduce the final remaining players. Keita Imamura, the 1 or 2 B.LEAGUE champions that has played in this team. Scott Etherton, the 2nd top scorer for the Nagoya Diamond Dolphins. Tonight is going to be a huge test. Tenketsu Haramoto, another man who did feature for the Akatsuki Japan's national team. But there was the big talking point. Takumi Saito, the sharpshooting point guard. Well, now, basketball fans, we're going to enjoy the local entertainment as we introduce the key players in starting 5 for your ALVARK Tokyo.
Come on, roar!
ALVARK Tokyo know tonight they've got to keep this man, Isaac Butts, off the offensive rebounds. He was a force to be reckoned with. Well, the big man, no doubt, as mentioned, is going to have to play an pivotal role tonight for the Wizards if they're going to come up with double victories and pile on more pressure against both San Antonio Phoenix and ALVARK Tokyo. One thing for ALVARK Tokyo, they'll take a lot of solace with the return of Kai Tebs. Now mentioned, he wasn't available when they lost to Sun Rocket Shibuya last weekend. Also another national team player. Because Tebs didn't have the best of returns, it's going to take a little bit of time for him to get used to the momentum and intensity that this team expects him to play at. And now we'll introduce the starting five. Well, head coach Dinas Adamaitis, a very talented team, which, you know, it's fair to say in the last two seasons prior to this year, they fell short of expectations. Because they had injuries in the playoffs in 22-23. Last year in the quarterfinals against Ruku Golden Kings, 3 very close-knit games. Tudas Gudaitis, the Lithuanian and former EuroLeague player, comes out. He will be in the starting five tonight. We'll check that. Gudaitis will be coming off the bench, excuse me. Now we get set to introduce your starting five. And again, we'd like to welcome all of our live international viewers here on B.LEAGUE International. If you're watching this game live, please let us know where in the world you're watching this game, which team you're supporting, and let us know your name so we can give you a shout out here on live YouTube of B.LEAGUE International. In starting fives, you can see here Kai Tebs along with Seba Saiz, the Spanish international, did win the FIBA Eurobasket in 2022, and there's Leonardo Mendel. Many international viewers will remember he did feature for the Brazilian national team this summer at the Olympics. Ryan Rossiter will be the big man inside, but there's Taiki Osakabe, one of the very best three-point shooters here in the B-League. Well, there's your ALVARK Tokyo starting five. Can they bounce back today with a victory against Nagoya Diamond Dolphins, who defeated them yesterday very emphatically? Starting lineups, well, interested to see Kai Tebs will have the defensive duties as he will have to go up against Taketo Kato, excuse me. Troy Murphy Jr. will have to match up with the bigger, more experienced Seba Saiz, while Ryan Rossiter, well, he'll have his hands full for this evening. No doubt he's going to have to go against Zylan Cheatham. Well, Zylan Cheatham, I'd like to give some shout-outs to Silly Arts 3. Shout out to Wow, watching from Taipei, Nuno Reyes, and Bro Y. Welcome, everybody. Well, Seba Saiz will jump this one with Zylan Cheatham. It's going to be a battle of the bigs inside the paint tonight. Interesting, no Scott Edmondson tonight here in the starting line. Well, no, he is actually out there. Well, tip is underway, and it will be Nagoya Diamond Dolphins with the very first possession. Tokyo's going to try to defend Saito as aggressive as possible. Cheatham inside the paint. The double team came over, and an easy dime coming off by Scott Edmondson, finding Cheatham inside the paint. Tokyo fans trying to make the atmosphere intimidating. Mendel goes in, can't finish the layup. Nagoya Diamond Dolphins able to recover possession. Patient passing from Nagoya. It's going to be a turnover. Good defense by Tokyo. Tevz tries to push this one quickly. Tevz goes all the way, can't finish. Sai's unable to secure the rebound. Foul's going to be committed by Taiki Osakabe, and I think, well, yeah, Osakabe's asking the question, why was the travel not called? Well, again, welcome everybody watching live on B.LEAGUE International. This is ALVARK Tokyo versus Nagoya Diamond Dolphins. A Central Conference battle between two teams battling for playoff supremacy. ALVARK Tokyo currently second here in the Central Division. Remember, top two teams in all three conferences automatically qualify for the playoffs. The remaining two spots go to the wildcards. The teams with the best records outside the top two. Tries to go for a floater. Rosada secures a rebound. A nice take by KT Imamura, but was unable to finish. Also has a switch. Got it by Imamura. Just throws this one away, but time's winding down for Kai Tevz. Tevz around the defense. Can't finish. Offensive rebound secured by Rosada. Tokyo trying to find their first field goal. Sai's pick and pop, takes this one, he drills it. He was their leading scorer yesterday with only 13 points. That's another B.LEAGUE champion who did win with the Chiba Jets. Well, Saito inside the key misses from point blank. I mean, I don't think he's going to get a wide open look better than that one. Tokyo patiently trying to break the defense down. Osakabe had the first three. Step back, goes in, nails it from downtown. Well, he's one of the leading three-point shooters here in the B.LEAGUE with the highest percentage. Imamura heavily defended. Everton has Seba Sai's all over him. Now looks to attack. This for a tough fadeaway, and that's way off the mark. Tokyo's defense stepping up a notch. Well, foul's going to be called on the ground as Osakabe is able to draw that one against Scott Etherton. You can see ALVARK Tokyo, a much more balanced team when Kai Tevz is in the lineup, missing that natural point guard. This is good work by Osakabe here, quickly going off that screen to draw that pressure against Scott Etherton. Nine seconds left here in the shot clock. 3:01 played here in the first quarter. Tokyo holding on to a slender three-point lead. Tevz has got to force this one up. Buries the deep three-pointer. Well, he only had 2 points yesterday, but so far he's overtaken that margin. It's going to take some time for him to still get into the swing of things, recovering from that injury. So now Cheatham finds a three, left wide open. Why not? Well, not usually his normal bread and butter, but he's able to put a bit of pressure against the defense. Osakabe nowhere to go. So he's trying to go inside the paint, but he fumbles. And he turns that one over. Well, Sai's going to go to the bench. He'll take a breather. So coming in is Arturas Gudaitis, another former EuroLeague player. Played with the likes of Olimpia Milano and also Panathinaikos, the defending EuroLeague champions. Well, Sota Okura also checking into the game for the first time tonight for Tokyo. To relieve Kai Tevz of a bit of recovery time. As Metch is still trying to battle back from the injury. Imamura penetrates. Cheatham got it by Rosada. Pulls up from 15. Shot is up. Beautifully tucked away. And he has a big smile on his face of Ryan Rosada. 5 points already for Zylan Cheatham. Sakabe's made 1 3. He's unable to get this one. That's a good look, though. It's now Nagoya looking to take the lead for the second time. Well, good hustle on the floor. Saito comes up with it. Finds Imamura. Fresh 14 for Nagoya Diamond Dolphins. Well, Imamura, a bit of a pump fake turnaround again. Beautiful high sky knock. The 2023 B.LEAGUE champion, the former Ruku Golden King, getting his first 2 points. Well, Imamura was 2 for 6 from the three-point line last night. That is what he's known best for. As Okura finds his way in the paint. Banks open. Defense left exposed for Nagoya Diamond Dolphins. Halfway to go here in the first quarter. Both teams exchanging field goals. Imamura, nice pass, finds Cheatham, goes in, throws it down. 7 points for Zylan Cheatham. Well, 9 points to make that, excuse me. Well, that one three-pointer, and he's had 3 field goals since. Sakabe tries to go for a little floater. Rebound secured by Everton. Imamura finds Everton. He likes to do this to pick the pop. That's not going to go, and he'll go out of bounds. Tokyo will get this one back with 3:56 to go here in the first quarter. Well, welcome to King George W. Cush. English commentary. Yep. Well, we do have English commentary for the most part here on B.LEAGUE International. And again, welcome to everybody watching live here on B.LEAGUE International. Let us know where you're watching this game in the world and which team you're supporting so we can give you a shout out. And also make sure you subscribe to B.LEAGUE International here on YouTube. And also, please, give this live stream a like. Nagoya Diamond Dolphins go into his own defense. Okura's unable to hit the 3, but another offensive board. Mendel looks to attack. Goes for a tough fadeaway baseline. Again, simply unstoppable by Leonardo Mendel. Well, Mendel comes up with it. Now he's going to make this a 3-point ball game. Throws it down one hand. Well, great anticipation by Leonardo Mendel. Nagoya Diamond Dolphins need to take care of the basketball. No more calling for the ball screen. Now they have the switch. Nagoya can tie it up. That 3 rocking its way in and out, but no good. And Naka Higashi had the attempted 3-pointer. Now ALVARK Tokyo looking to go back to a double-digit, well, excuse me, a 2-possession lead. Another 3 goes flying. Everything's sinking at the moment for ALVARK Tokyo with 2:44 to go. A timeout's going to be called by Nagoya Diamond Dolphins head coach. Well, Scott Dennis wants to talk it over with his players. And the Yo-Yogi Arena now coming to life. A team that lost here yesterday by 17 points finds himself yet again ahead by 6. We'll return in just under 90 seconds from this timeout. Well, here's a look at the highlights. Kai Tebs getting his first 3 points of the game. Remember, 2 points and 2 assists yesterday in his return to action. And they have to minimize his minutes to help him recover from that injury. Well, Shuto Ando has been doing a better job of coming off the bench this season for ALVARK Tokyo. Head coach Danis Adamaitis, a lot of belief in Shuto Ando. Nagoya down by 6. Patiently trying to build an offense. More off one screen. Went for the lob. Probably should have gone for the shot. And now Tokyo have numbers. Ando fumbles this one. That's a wasted opportunity to build an 8-point lead. But good recovery defense by Nagoya. Ando behind the back pass goes in. Beautiful play. Finding Ryan Resona. What a moment of excellence. Biggest lead of the game currently for the home team. Foul's going to be called on the ground. This one's going to be against Sota Okura, yeah. Rustin trying to put his hands in the passing lanes. Higashi trying to execute that pick and roll. There's a bump fake, gets a 3 off in time. It's up, no good, and nothing falling at the moment for Nagoya. The team who dominated this game yesterday, right now with it backs up against the wall. Nice give and go. Gooditis goes in, making it now a double-digit lead here for ALVARK Tokyo with under 90 seconds to go. Well, shout out and welcome to Christella Seong, the MVP of all B.LEAGUE fans who checks in regularly for the B.LEAGUE. Henderson penetrates, goes in, and that's a tough play. Much needed 2 points for the Nagoya Diamond Dolphins. So now we hit the 1 minute mark, and Danis Adamitis getting ready for a triple change. Well, that's only going to be the 3rd team foul against Nagoya. Looks like Zach Baranski will also sub in, and also re-enter in the game will be, let's have a look at the foul. Well, that's a mismatch. It's on Naka Higashi, but Seba Saiz also coming back into the lineup for ALVARK Tokyo. Well, no Takumi Saito today is a big loss for Nagoya. Gooditis can't finish, but Seba Saiz goes in for the tip in. And ALVARK Tokyo staying it back to a double-digit lead at the moment. What's in the paint? Goes round, gets rejected. Well, what a block by Seba Saiz. No in mi casa, said the Spanish international. Roughly 9 seconds difference between game and shot clock. Kai Tevz wanted to dribble this one down as close as possible. Tevz draws a foul. So that's going to be 4th and final team foul. And another one here against Naka Higashi. That's on Sakamoto, excuse me. Final player of the first quarter. Kai Tevz dribbles this one down. In the middle, kicks out. Baranski pump fakes. 3 is up. 3 is no good. Well, almost went in. But that will do the end of the first quarter where ALVARK Tokyo currently lead this one by 10 points against Nagoya Diamond Dolphins. Well, Happy New Year to all of our fans. Happy New Year, Christelle Seong. Bankrupt Mafia TV. This is the Dolphins and Tokyo. That's correct, yeah. Welcome, everybody. Well, it's the end of the first quarter. We're going to take a 2-minute break, and we will return for the second quarter between ALVARK Tokyo and the Nagoya Diamond Dolphins. If you are watching this game live, please hit that like button on this live stream and subscribe to B.LEAGUE International here on YouTube. Welcome back, fans. Second quarter is about to get underway. This is the Japanese B-League, ALVARK Tokyo versus Nagoya Diamond Dolphins. Bankrupt Mafia TV, yeah, go ahead. What's your question, brother? Snaps coming off one screen. Patient passing from Tokyo. Ando made his last three. Again, makes another one. This man feeling the confidence. ALVARK Tokyo building that big momentum here. They've got to find a way to hold on to this. They're trying to go to the lob pass, but a foul's going to be called on the ground. I like that defensively from Tokyo, though. It's a seal-off by Gudaitis and Baranski getting ready to come and double team for the lob pass. But in the end, a foul was committed. Well, that's against Gudaitis. Hamilton left wide open. Just can't get it. That goes out of bounds. That's going to go back to ALVARK Tokyo. I'm not too sure about that one, to be honest. Well, Bankrupt Mafia TV, I wouldn't know the answer to that question, my friend. I'm not kind of involved in that kind of stuff. I don't do that stuff either. I mean, my name is Joshua Bet, but it's not in my name to gamble. Apologies for not being able to answer. Ando coming off one screen. 2 for 2 from the three-point line so far. Missing his first one. Goes out of bounds. Well, I wonder if the head coach's challenge is going to be cool because Alex is emphatic that didn't come off of him. Let's have a look at the replay. There's a 3 by Shuto Ando. It's tough to see from that angle. Well, a kickball violation is going to be called against Troy Murphy Jr. This has been a solid player so far this season. Moving into a starting role, which he didn't have under the Hiroshima Dragonflies, but they did end up being B-League champions last season. Baranski wide open. That three's off the mark. Butts comes up with it. Cheatham, not quite sure what he tried to do. In the end, he turns it over. Well, he thought he was fouled, but could be sight. I think just, I don't know if he's not tapping his head, his headache, or maybe he's just saying, come on, man, use your head. Choco Chip Cookie, what's up, my friend? Good to see you. Good to see you back on the live YouTube chat. Let's now. Pick and roll, Gudaitis. Big man attacks, goes in, can't finish. Good defense by Butts. Can Nagoya chip into his deficit? Foul's going to be called on the ground. It's going to be the first, I believe, here against Zach Baranski. Double change coming in for ALVARK Tokyo. Taiki Osakabe, the man with the highest three-point percentage here in the Japanese B-League, along with Ryan Rossiter. Of course, Rossiter did join ALVARK Tokyo 2021-22 after leaving Utsunomiya Brex. Cheated for a quick jump hook, and that hits nothing. Tokyo lead it by 13. Tev's pump fakes, what a move, kicks out. Probably should have gone up with that one. And now Nagoya's defense, trying to get closer and tighter here to ALVARK Tokyo. But also Osakabe goes in. Well, this team is fearless. How many times have we seen ALVARK Tokyo build substantial leads, only then to lose them when teams come back? Nakigashi, another three goes flying. Troy Murphy Jr. the rebound. Once gets another seal off now. Another foul is going to be called on the ground. It's going to be the third team foul against ALVARK Tokyo. Now, is on Sebasais or Zach Baranski? Well, that should be on Sebasais. Zay's asked the question, why a 3-second violation was called, but basketball fans, another timeout's going to be called. So we will return in just under 90 seconds, where currently ALVARK Tokyo lead this one by 15 points against Nagoya Diamond Dolphins. Well, Tanketsu Haramoto is going to sub into the game for the first time, along with Taketo Kato. What this team needs at the moment, some stability here in the backcourt. Nagoya really struggling with the pressure from ALVARK Tokyo's defense. Choco Chip Cookie doing very well, my friend, and as mentioned, great to see you and great to have you here on the live YouTube chat. Welcome, everybody. And an offensive foul, Scott Etherton setting an illegal screen. And it's becoming a total disaster for the Diamond Dolphins. Just such an unnecessary play by Scott Etherton. Nagoya back into a 2-3 zone defense. Lansky's not going to take the three-pointer that time. Line 7 sides. Sakabe penetrates, goes in the lane, can't finish. But Tokyo come up with an offensive rebound. 7 sides gets the ab one. And he'll go to the free throw line for the three-point play and potentially make this an 18-point ball game. Another foul committed by Scott Etherton. And that's his third personal foul, so he's going to have to leave the game. I don't think we're going to see him for the rest of the second quarter now. Well, Butts comes back into the lineup here for Nagoya Diamond Dolphins, and he's going to have to play a lot more substantial minutes. Size of the free throw line, a 77% free throw shooter this year in the B-League. He's unable to hit the three-point play. Still a 17-point cushion for ALVARK Tokyo. Momora now back in the lineup. Thinks about taking the three-pointer. Now he does go for it. 3 is up, and again, just nothing dropping, and it goes out of bounds. Well, the problem here for Nagoya Diamond Dolphins, the offense just hasn't been fluid enough to create any high percentage open looks. Mendel coming off one screen, now goes down the middle. Size almost turns it over, and he does just that. Mendel, a little too casual, trying to go for that behind the back pass. Nagoya looking for that first field goal. Haven't scored in quite a while. Down to Butts, goes in, avoids the block and finishes. Well, they've got to get the ball to the big man as much as possible inside the paint. Tokyo still lead by 15. Sakabe Cross court, turns this one over. Good defense. A great run here. Imamura is going to lay this one up, and it's a 4-0 run for the Nagoya Diamond Dolphins. As Coach Danis Adamaitis calls timeout. The 17-point lead has been cut down to 13, and Takumi Saito inactive today due to injury. Well, great run from Coach Scott Dennis's players. On to timeout again. We will return in just under 90 seconds. This is B.LEAGUE International. Here's some look at the highlights. Great interception on defense by Taketo Kato, finding Keita Imamura. Transition buckets could prove to be so imperative tonight between these two teams. The Nagoya Diamond Dolphins, that's actually their first fast break points of the evening. I mean, ALVARK Tokyo have only had 2, but they do have 10 bench points. Only 4 so far for the Nagoya Diamond Dolphins. 10 points in the paint for the visitors, while 14 dominant points coming from ALVARK Tokyo. It's interesting, both teams do have 6 points from turnovers, but the key difference has been the three-point shooting. ALVARK Tokyo, a much better job from downtown. Well, ALVARK Tokyo, 4 out of 8 for the perimeter so far. Nagoya's got to match that brilliance. Russell to go for a back down. Now gets called a double team. And again, another turnover. Good defense by Nagoya. Currently on that 4-0 run. Imamura getting handoff. But that's going to be an illegal screen set by Isaac Butts. Coach Dennis infuriated with that call, but I think that's the right decision. He was trying to insinuate there was a flop there, but I'd have to see the replay. Let's have a look here. That's a good call. Isaac Butts wasn't set. Matchup man-to-man defense here by Nagoya. Tokyo again, an unforced turnover. Takeo Sakabe just choking under pressure. I think another timeout's going to be called by Danis Adamaitis. His team still lead by 13 points with 4:47 to go here in the first half. Well, again, we will return momentarily. Well, Kaitev's re-entering play just to give ALVARK Tokyo that stability here in the backcourt. Soto Okura will go to the bench, take a breather. But again, Nagoya still on that 4-0 run, but it's been scoreless in the last 2 possessions. Nakigashi working here in the backcourt along with Taketo Kato. Imamura, space, 3 is up, 3 is good. A 7-0 run coming from Nagoya. Tevs trying to get Kato on his back. Now we're under 10 here on the shot clock. Finds Gudaitis, goes in, can't finish, but a foul has been called. So Gudaitis will go to the free throw line. Well, that's much better by ALVARK Tokyo, but in the case of Nagoya Diamond Dolphins, not the worst foul to give away because Turis Gudaitis isn't the most consistent free throw shooter. A 55% free throw shooter this season for ALVARK Tokyo. Fouls on Isaac Butts. That's the second personal foul. Missed them both. That's what I mentioned. Not a bad foul. Problem is, Scott Evanson has 3 fouls. Butts has 2, so the bigs to get into any more foul trouble. 4 minutes left. Nice penetration. Kato goes all the way. Finishes. Taketo Kato making it now an 8-point ball game as the run now extends to 9 here for Nagoya. Diamond Dolphins, no more fouls to give. Good hedge defense by Tenketsu Haramoto. Now RESONA has a mismatch. Tries to bully his way and can't get it. No foul called. Tokyo comes up with it. Mendel matched up with Nakigashi. 7 here for Mendel. This is over yet again. Puts up a sucker shot, and he gets the and one. And Leonardo Mendel lets him know. Just listen to the ALVARK Tokyo fans chanting his name. Well, Mr. Raw Gamer, if it's so bad, then just don't watch it. It's kind of pointless going on a live YouTube chat just to criticize the level of basketball. I mean, at the end of the day, you're still watching it. You're still giving us views. So in that case, arigato gozaimasu. Well, can he make this a 3-point play? The Brazilian international. And obrigado. Yes, he can. Well, Zilan Cheatham will come back into the game for Nagoya Diamond Dolphins. Just over 3 minutes left here in the first half. Nakigashi trying to find some space. Cheatham went for the lob pass, trying to find Butts, but that was too predictable. Imamura made his last 3. And he's unable to get that one, but it was a good look. Well, those are the kind of shots they need him to take when he's wide open. Tevs now pulls up mid-range, top finish. Rebound secured by Nakigashi. Nice transition as Imamura cuts it back down to single digits. 7 points from Keita Imamura-san. Imamura is infuriated. Gotta calm down, doesn't want to pick up a technical. Well, timeout's called by ALVARK Tokyo. 2:34 to go. They lead by 9 points. They've led by as many as 17. We will return again in just under 1 minute from this timeout. Here's another look at the replay. Look at the transition. Nakigashi with a rebound. And watch Imamura sprinting in transition. Well, he's got a point there. There was clearly a hand in his back from Leonardo Mendel. But 7 points coming from the former Ruku Golden King B.LEAGUE champion of 2023. Also tried to go for an early dunk. Tried to take a body with him. A quick foul's been committed by Shito Ando. That's the fourth and final team foul against ALVARK Tokyo. That would have been something great. She binds KT Momora. Any more fouls, and Nagoya will go to the free throw line. Momora, quick three off the dribble. This guy is on fire. It's now a 6-point ball game. They trail by as many as 17. Well, we need something now just to calm them down. Mendel goes up against Butts. Can't get it. Nagoya secures a loose ball. Cheatham goes all the way. No foul called here. Oh, yeah. So he's going to the free throw line. Well, if you see there in the VIP section, one ALVARK Tokyo fan has the Spanish national team jersey of Seba size. Now, hopefully, Zillan Cheatham's okay. He's still on the ground. I'm not sure if it's Cheatham or if it's a fan. I think a fan has gone to the ground, so hopefully the fan is okay. Well, Takuma Sato, the former Chiba Jets player, subbing into the game for the first time, along with two teammates of Naki Higashi and KT Momora. Well, Cheatham, NBA experience, played his career at the very beginning with the New Orleans Pelicans. Prior to coming to the B-League, played in the Australian NBL for the New Zealand Breakers. He also had that experience in the EuroLeague when he played for Bayern Munich. He cut it down to a 4-point ball game. ALVARK Tokyo fans trying to derail his free throws. Makes them both. Under 90 seconds left here in the first half. Out it goes baseline. Nowhere to go. Tev's looking to attack. Pulls up from the mid-range. Goes up. Simply undeniable. 5 points tonight for Kai Tevz. Momora calls to the screen. Hesitates, goes in. No foul. Well, foul has been called, so he'll go to the free throw line. Smart play by KT Momora. Well, Momora did such a great job off the ball screen. The hesitation just initiate the reach in there by Seba Size, which now sees him go to the charity stripe. Seba Size has to go to the bench. He'll take a breather. Arturas Gudaitis coming back into the game. Momora currently the leading scorer in this game with 12 points. Makes them both 2-possession ball game. 14 in total tonight for KT Mamora. Nagoya try to pile on that full court pressure. Potentially a 2-for-1 for Tokyo if they play the cards right on this possession. 7 here on the shot clock. Tez throws a tough one. Watson's got to think about shooting, but he turns it over now. Nagoya have numbers. And Cheatham's going to go in, and they'll make this a 2-point ball game. Nagoya have found a way back. Incredible scenes. Nagoya Diamond Dolphins look dead and buried, but now Tez for 3, can't get it. Final second, Shutahara Sugoi. No, Taiki Osakabe. Sugoi. Are you kidding me? Well, he tried to pass that one off in the end. Got an offensive rebound. Now, do we classify that as second chance points? I don't know. Kore wa ikura desu ka? How much is that worth? He puts him back up by 4. That is the end of the first half here at the Yoyogi Arena. ALVARK Tokyo currently have a 4-point lead against Nagoya Diamond Dolphins. Well, Basel fans, it is halftime indeed, so we will take a 20-minute break, and then we'll return for the second half action here at B.LEAGUE basketball. Go get a drink, go get something to eat, but don't go anywhere too long, as we will return for the second half momentarily.
落ち着いて落ち着いて。1本2本1本1本2本3本4本やー1本さあもう時間ないよ。1本2本3本1本2本1本ころそろラストチャンスだよ。1本2本3本さあ時間の10、9、8、7、6、5、4、3、2、1、そこまで。まず参加してくれた皆さんに拍手。さあこのチームは、最大4本ということでございましたので、まあね、プレゼントは、ルークのステッカーとなります。では記念撮影を行いましょう。いやーなかなか難しいですね、レイアップを連続で決めるっていうのはね。じゃあまたもし皆さんね我こそはという方がいれば参加していただければなと思いますのでよろしくお願いします。じゃあ最後結束を固めましょう。いくよ、参加者のみんないくよ。アルバルクウィーということでチャレンジャーの皆さんに大きな拍手を。以上、ウィーでつながれば何でもできる呪術つなぎシュート連続成功チャレンジでした。
いよいよ開催が近づいてまいりましたリソナグループ B リーグオールスターゲームウィークエンド2025 in 船橋。 Day1 では各種コンテストと B リーグアジアライジングスターゲーム、 Day2 ではインフロニア B リーグ U18 オールスターゲームとリソナグループ B リーグオールスターゲームのプログラムを予定しています。出場選手の情報やタイムテーブルは特設サイトをご覧ください。それではここでアルバルク東京からのお知らせです。次節2月1日2日は国立病院競技場第一体育館で琉球ゴールデンキングスとの対戦です。この2日間も引き続きウィーレッドデーとして開催します。2月1日はレッドノースリーブ、2月2日はレッドフェイスタイルを来場者全員にプレゼント。会場を赤く染めて琉球との熱い対戦を応援してください。チケットは B リーグチケットにて絶賛発売中。ぜひこの機会に会場へお越しください。また今年の秋にはアルバルク東京の新ホームアリーナトヨタアリーナ東京が開業します。現在開業を記念したメモリアルブリックスを販売中。お好きなメッセージを刻んだレンガをアリーナの敷地内に設置するもので今月末まで販売予定です。ホームアリーナの歴史の1ページを一緒に刻みましょう。詳しくはトヨタアリーナ東京の公式サイトからご確認ください。
Well, welcome back, basketball fans. The second half is about to get underway here between ALVARK Tokyo and Nagoya Diamond Dolphins, where currently it's a 4-point lead here to ALVARK Tokyo. Well, there was Tokyo's first field goal of the game, the pick and pop from Sebasais. Well, they've had a much productive, well, a better first quarter, I should say, than the second. They led by as many as 17 points against Nagoya. And Nagoya found their way back in this game. Close to the works of Zillan Cheatham and this man, Keita Imamura. Well, here was a good defense by Leonardo Mendel, the Brazilian international, getting his hand in the passing lane. Just able to take that one the length of the floor. Quiet game so far here from Ryan Rossiter. That was a three-pointer from Shuto Ando, 2 out of 3 currently. Had a tough shooting night last weekend against the likes of Sun Rock and Shibuya. But Ando currently filled the confidence. There was Taikyo Sakabe in the lane, couldn't finish it. But the and one by Sebasais that led to the third personal foul against Scott Etherton. Well, here was a good take. The and one coming from Leonardo Mendel. I'll put it back in the double digits, but the run by Keita Imamura off this is what led the way from ALVARK Tokyo. Here's the case. Naki Higashi finding Imamura. Thought he should have gone to the free throw line for the AM1 on that play. 2-3 so far for Keita Imamura. This perimeter shooting has been the one thing that's kept them in the game so far. Remember, ALVARK Tokyo currently 4 out of 9, while Nagoya Diamond Dolphins have also taken 9 attempts. They've converted 3 of those so far. Well, there are your stats for the game at the moment. Relatively a better job of these two teams taking care of the basketball. Disappointing thing for ALVARK Tokyo. They've missed 3 free throws, but credit to them. They have dominated the rebounds. So far, 7 offensive boards as opposed to only 1 coming from Nagoya Diamond Dolphins. But the transition points could prove to be imperative in this game. You would expect, though, ALVARK Tokyo, one thing in terms of the rebounds, is that most likely they'll get more second chance points, but we will see as this game prevails. Of course, welcome everybody watching live here on B.LEAGUE International. If you are watching this game, please let us know where in the world you're watching so we can give you a shout out, and also which team are you supporting. Leonardo Mendo currently 3 points and 7 assists away from a potential double-double. And as mentioned, Keita Imamura leading all scorers currently with 14 points. Well, now moments away from return to action. ALVARK Tokyo, thanks to the work of Taiki Osakabe, did give them a 4-point lead at the end of the first half. Question is, can they further build on? They led by as many as 17, but Nagoya collectively and calmly found a way back in this one. Scott Etherton returning to the floor does have 3 personal fouls. Welcome everybody, B.LEAGUE Basketball Central Conference matchup between second place ALVARK Tokyo against Nagoya Diamond Dolphins, currently in 5th place, trying to get back to the playoffs. Remember, Nagoya last season made it to the semifinals, losing narrowly in the 4th quarter of Game 3 to the eventual champions, the Hiroshima Dragonflies. They'll get the first possession. No Takumi Saito tonight, remember, here for Nagoya, the man who led the way with 16 points yesterday. Hamilton bumps, little Euro step, cuts it back down to 4 points. Well, 2 points, excuse me. A good way for Nagoya to start the second half. But Tokyo forces a switch on defense. Troy Murphy Jr. finding Mendel. One pass, Osakabe wide open, 3 is up. 3 is good, 5th 3 of the night for ALVARK Tokyo. It's now Imamura. Cheetah's made 1 3, goes for another one, that's way off the mark. Well, he made the first one in the first half. It's not usually his go-to bread and butter play. Also going down low to sides. So foul's going to be called against Troy Murphy Jr. A lot of times Nagoya have to switch here on these. Was it a bull screen? No, it was. Well, it was a back screen set. That's the mismatch that Tokyo would like to keep going to. Osakabe. Another zone defense exhibited by by Nagoya Diamond Dolphins, excuse me. Mendel puts up a tough one. Cheatham gets a rebound. Now looking to push this. A great take. That foul's going to be called on the ground, I imagine. Or have they called a free throw? Shooting foul. Danis Adamaitis, judging by his reaction, looks like he's not happy with this one. Yeah, it's a good call. I would say he was in the process of shooting. Or in the 1-2 step at least. So free throws now for Taketo Kato. Well, a big shout out to mi amigo Andres Lopez Puente, one of the very best international basketball fans, a huge advocate for pro hoops here in Japan. Hola amigo, buenos dias. 7 sides now, your fellow countryman. Picked up his 3rd personal foul, so he has to go to the bench, take a breather. Home crowd trying to get behind here. Free throw has been made by Takeki Kato. "24 years of age, Takeki Kato. That is the first missed free throw attempt tonight for the Nagoya Diamond Dolphins. Rossiter heavily defended. Oh, again, buoy basketball. Complete mismatch. And the former Fuenlabrada player from Brazil now making a 6-point ball game. Imamura, 14 points. Make it 17. Keita Imamura. As they would say in España, está fuego. $17 tonight for Keita Imamura, the former B.LEAGUE champion. Originally from Niigata, Japan in the north. Now matches up here with Ryan Rossiter. So tries to bully his way inside, goes in, no foul calls. And Imamura may have taken a shot to the face. Well, hopefully he's okay. We have to see the replay of that. It looks like he may have got it to the neck, actually. Tough as nails, Keita Imamura. Just played in 3 consecutive. The reaction from Coach Dennis and his assistant, they cannot believe it. They're going back to Keita Imamura, a man who's played in 3 consecutive B.LEAGUE finals. Of course, they lost to Utsunomiya and Brex in 2022 when he played for the Golden Kings. Won it in 2023, defeating the Chiba Jets. And last season again, played in that final where they did lose in 3 games to the eventual champions, Hiroshima Dragonflies. Trying to find Imamura. Takes off to Cheatham. Nice play. Cheatham goes in, throws it down with 2 hands. And you gotta imagine now, Taketo Kato dissecting the defense with every penetration. That's a 3-point deficit. Now looking like he's under pressure. No kickball violation. That's going to remain possession. It's ALVARK Tokyo now. That's my first question. Was that a kickball? Look at the penetration by Kato. Finding Cheatham. That's the cheat code. Seven seconds. Plenty time left for ALVARK Tokyo. Goes up, gets rejected, but in the end, wow, the follow-up falling into the hands of Ryan Rossiter. Surprised Cheatham didn't get called for a basket interference. Imamura finds Etherton. Finds Cheatham again, goes in. This man is so aggressive. 17 points, joint top scorer along with Keita Imamura. Goes back and forth between these 2 teams. Double crossover. Mendel fakes the pass. And in the end, almost threw it away. Had 3 options, but he went for the most difficult. Or as they say in Japanese, went for the Muzukashi. The difficult option. Well, Butts comes back in. This is an interesting sub by Coach Dennis. And I think the reason he's done this is to prevent Etherton from picking up a 4th personal foul. But Trey Murphy Jr. along with the likes of Taketo Kato coming out of the game. Higashi back in the game. Osakabe. That's a good look. Can't finish. Unitas offensive rebound. Throws this one away. Cheatham comes up with it. Nagoya down by 3. Cheatham attacks, goes in. This guy is unstoppable. And he has a few words. I wouldn't say that's the VIP zone. I'd say that's the accredited media zone. The former New Orleans Pelicans player, as mentioned, prior to coming to the B-League, was in the Australian NBL with the New Zealand Breakers. Timeout's going to be called by Danis Adamaitis. Potentially, we could all be locked up when we come back from this timeout in 90 seconds.
Go
Well, the head coach's challenge has been called. I'm not quite sure for what purpose. So we're going to have to go to the replay to find out. It's by Coach Dennis, I believe. I'm not quite sure what he's called. Well, again, welcome to everybody watching live here on B.LEAGUE International. If you're watching this game live here on YouTube, please let us know where in the world you're watching, which team you're supporting, and let us know your name so we can give you a shout-out. Remember, subscribe to B.LEAGUE International, and also hit that like button on this live stream. So have a look at the replay here. I think... No, actually, I think what's going to be called here... Well, I didn't know you could use a coach's challenge to go back and look at a foul. Interesting. Kumasato, former Chiba Jets player. So now Zill Cheatham a chance to tie this game up. What a game we've had. Nagoya Diamond Dolphins trailing by as many as 17 in the first half. Found a way back through Casey Momora. And now Zill Cheatham chance to go up to 20 personal points. But he missed a free throw. Tokyo still hold on to the lead. Nagoya still trying to put in that full court press. It's a 1-3-1 zone defense. We've seen a few variants of this zone tonight. That's got it by Cheatham. Nowhere to go. It's a tough one. Avoids the shot clock. Foul's going to be called, so RESONA will go to the free throw line. And this is what I talk about with ALVARK Tokyo. They had 7 offensive rebounds at the end of the first half, an area they're going to clearly dominate against Nagoya Diamond Dolphins. And that's the second center tonight for Nagoya to pick up 3 personal fouls. Ryan RESONA makes the first free throw. Moved to Japan in 2013 after playing in the second tier of pro basketball in France. Is also featured for the Japanese national team. Because that was in the FIBA Asia Cup qualifiers just before the global pandemic back in 2019, but he missed the second one. Nagoya's chance to tie the game up. Maybe take the lead for the first time, or second time since the early stages. Now Imamura. Trying to use the ball screen from Isaac Butts. Cheatham now, 3, corner. It's up. Could have given them the lead. He's unable to convert. 1 out of 3 from the perimeter. If it's on Butts, it's going to be his 4th personal foul. But was it on Zill Cheatham? I'm not quite sure. I have to see the replay. I think it is on Butts. He's had to leave the game. That's his 4th personal. So when Scott Anderson got into foul trouble, Butts had to come and relieve him. It's such a lazy foul to give away because they need him. Well, the free throw miss by Arturas Gudaitis. Only 2 points tonight. Well, the trouble for Nagoya is Scott Anderson's got to make it to the 4th quarter without picking up a 4th personal. Because any more fouls, if he gets another one, he'll have 4 personal fouls. But Gudaitis has to make these free throws. Finally gets one. 3-point cushion currently here for ALVARK Tokyo, excuse me. A lot of dribbling by Nakigashi, and he turns it over. Tevz comes up, gets rejected. What a block by Zillan Cheatham. What a recovery. Well, that has a bit of LeBron James-esque in 2016 Game 7. Well, Tevz thinks he's got the runway, and Cheatham says, sayonara, goodbye. Tevz now the mid-range, finds Osakabe. Goes baseline, nowhere to go. Bransky now penetrates. Tries a reverse layup, can't finish. Denied his second chance, no good. Nagoya comes up with it. And that's good defense by Kai Tevz. Well, change come back in. Taketo Kato, who in my mind's probably been their best backcourt player. Guess they did give him a few relief minutes here in the third quarter. It's Nakigashi, and they've done this without Takumi Saito. 16 points yesterday for Nagoya, but did sustain a little injury. Straight off the bench, Kato probably not the right shot to go for. Gotta get into the rhythm of the game. Let the blood get warm. He's got one foul to give him there. They give it away. It's on Troy Murphy Jr. Well, Shuto Ando coming back into the game for ALVARK Tokyo. Second foul against Troy Murphy Jr. Bransky finds sight. He'll fire the three. It's up. Not going to finish. Foul's going to be called against ALVARK Tokyo's. Well, that is indeed going to be against Hiroyo Okamoto. It's only ALVARK Tokyo's third team foul here in the third. That's a call for some help. So Cheatham having to play point forward. Quite an aggressive foul set by Okamoto, and so now Tokyo have no more fouls to give. So any more fouls in these two teams will go to the free-throw line. Second personal against Okamoto. Probably less than 10 seconds. Well, Editon tried to go himself, turns it over. Tokyo regained possession. Sato right now lost everywhere. Doesn't know who he's defending. Bransky coming off one screen. Goes in the lane. And he misses the layup. But Tokyo get the rebounds. Second chance is now Shuto Ando. He's made 2 threes. Make it 3. Shuto Ando. Big time tray ball. 9 points this evening. Hamilton looking to try and get rid of this one. Sato off one screen. Tough pass. Sato, 3 in the corners up. No good. Well, that's a good look. He was wide open, but he's got to finish it. The key now for Nagoya is to prevent Scott Edison from picking up that 4th personal foul. Sakabe down the middle, fakes the pass, goes in, tough play. 8-point lead currently. It's actually Shuto Ando, excuse me. And that's his first field goal from within inside the rainbow. Well, Coach Dennis of Nagoya Diamond Dolphins wants to talk this one over. His team were down by 1. Now it's been a 7-0 run from ALVARK Tokyo. 5 of those 7 points coming from Shuto Ando. Well, we'll take this timeout. We'll return in just under 90 seconds here in the B-League between ALVARK Tokyo and Nagoya Diamond Dolphins. Nagoya needs a bucket now, but they're going to turn it over again. Netherson's got to be careful there. Doesn't want to. Nakigashi wide open. Nothing falling. Kato big rebound. And there you go. 4th personal foul. What was Scott Etherton thinking? Okamoto showing his Anytime Fitness membership right there with the push-ups. Just clumsy. I mean, thank goodness this man doesn't play soccer, because that would be a penalty kick any day of the week. So Isaac Butts getting ready to come back in for Nagoya. Everton cannot foul again. He'll be out of here. Tokyo saved this one. Now get a fresh 14. Now we're into 90 seconds. Ando's been on fire. 3 threes. He's unable to get this one. We're 2 players down. Kato finds Scott Etherton. Nakigashi wide open. Got to make it. Big time 3. Cutting it back down to 5 points. And that just breathes a little bit more confidence and belief here in Nagoya. Is right now flirting with that 5th foul. Jump ball, that's going to go to Tokyo, because Nagoya had the first possession of the 3rd quarter, but it does mean the Diamond Dolphins will get the first possession of the 4th quarter. That if there's not going to be another jump ball called. This is interesting. Coach Dennis, is he keeping both butts? And yeah, so both centers on the floor, both have 4 fouls. Well, deep 3, not going to go. Rebound not secure. Now, if Nagoya goes quickly, they can't go 2 for 1. Momora off 1 screen, finds Butts. 2 for 1, highly unlikely now here for Nagoya. There's another 3. 3 is up. Doesn't get it. Tokyo can't have the last possession. Patient play now. Okamoto still with the ball in his hands. 5 seconds left. Finds Osakabe. Step back. Huge 3. 3 is up. 3 is good. Big time 3. And it's, Shuto Ando. That is now his 4th 3-pointer of the game. This guy just said Ayasu Minasai against Nakigashi, giving them an 8-point lead. He's on fire right now. He is feeling it. Well, it's an 8-point lead currently here to ALVARK Tokyo. And we will return in under 90 seconds for the final 10 minutes. Well, Shuto Ando, the man who's clearly turning it up a level here for ALVARK Tokyo. So again, interesting. Scott Heatherton and Isaac Butts on the floor here for Nagoya Diamond Dolphins. Well, here we go. Welcome, everybody, if you're just joining us. This is the Japanese B.LEAGUE. Currently a Central Conference battle between two teams trying to get into the top two here in the playoffs. ALVARK Tokyo led by as many as 17. Nagoya, well, again, Nakigashi having some tough moments, and he turns it over yet again. Very poor offense by Nagoya. Well, great take in the end. Shuto Hara, this man simply is taking this game over. Picasso has a wide open layup and gets it back down to 8 points. Well, they need him to really take over. They need him to lead by example in the backcourt. Takumi Saito, he's got to catch on that extra responsibility this evening. It's all becoming too easy for ALVARK Tokyo. Back to a 10-point deficit. They need something good in this offense. Nakigashi, nowhere to go. Finds Ellerton. Good take by Nakigashi, but he's way off the mark. But the follow-up is good by Isaac Butts. Second chance points crucial for Nagoya Diamond Dolphins. Again, offensive board, same thing down the other end. Ryan Rossiter battling Scott Heatherton and winning that battle to perfection. Every moment now as Heatherton fires a three, it's just not going to go. Still plenty of time left in this game for Nagoya Diamond Dolphins. Mendel turns this one over. Katsu comes up with it. There's even more now. Was he in the process of shooting the ball? May have a case there, you know. I didn't see the replay of that one. Well, Zilan Cheatham coming back into the game here for Nagoya Diamond Dolphins. I think Nagoya is going to call timeout. Well, it's a 10-point deficit. Nagoya currently will get the ball back. They are down by 10. 7:45 to go here in the fourth and final quarter. This is the Japanese B.LEAGUE. We'll return in just under 60 seconds. composure desperately needed here for Nagoya Diamond Dolphins. Gets to cheat him under the paint. Fumbles this one. Foul's going to be called against Leonardo Mendel. Second team foul against ALVARK Tokyo here in the fourth quarter. Now catches the tough one. Finds Edison. Nice little dump down. 6 points inside the paint so far here in the fourth quarter for Nagoya Diamond Dolphins. And 6 in total for Scott Edison. Nagoya's doing a good job of pressuring ALVARK here in the full court, but they've got to try to force some turnovers. Also trying to go for a post-up. There's a double team. 6 on the shot clock. Osakabe, step back. Deep three, can't get it. Good defense by Nagoya. Capitals able to secure this one. They have got away with the travel. Huge three, not going to get it again. But Nagoya secure this one more time. Hinton left uncontested, drills it, and a 4-0 run, cutting it down to 6 points. Nagoya not going away anytime soon. Seven there on the shot clock. Sainz now goes into the teardrop. Again, B.E.A. Beautiful. Guapo Baloncesto coming from the Spanish international. The 2022 Eurobasket champion. Cheatham again in the paint. Well, they call a charge here. That's foul number 5. Scott Etherton's night is finished. That is a monumental blow to Nagoya Diamond Dolphins. And what doesn't help their case, Isaac Butts has got to come in. He has 4 fouls. So if he fouls out, that would mean Cheatham's got to play 5, and I'd imagine Tenketsu Haramoto would have to come in. Tough night tonight here for Scott Etherton. So defense played at the moment by Nagoya. Jebs penetrates. Doesn't get that one to roll. Diamond Dolphins trying to hang in there. And that's going to be the third team foul against Tokyo. This one's against Kaitebs. It's good for Nagoya if they get into the penalty very early. There's a 3 by. Just can't finish. But again, they can't secure the offensive rebound. A good look. That's another unforced turnover. Tokyo's got to take care of the ball. Right now, that is becoming an Achilles heel for them. Trey Murphy Jr. penetrates. Tries to go in too much on it. Kato with a follow-up. But turns it over in the end, and Nagoya Diamond Dolphins right now just can't take care of the basketball themselves. Final seconds for Rosada. Foul's going to be called on the ground. It's on to Kato, with there was 2.9 left on the shot clock. Well, a timeout's going to be called by Nagoya Diamond Dolphins. They want to talk this over, down by 8 with 4:27 to go here in the fourth quarter. Obviously, the problem for them is Scott Edgerton has fouled out of the game. Welcome, fans. We're live here at the Yoyogi Arena for this game in the Japanese B.LEAGUE between our hosts, ALVARK Tokyo, and the visitors, the likes of Nagoya Diamond Dolphins. Currently an 8-point lead here to the hosts. And if you are watching this game live on B.LEAGUE International, please make sure you subscribe to B.LEAGUE International here on YouTube. Give this live stream a like, and also let us know your name, where you're watching this game in the world, so we can give you a shout out. 4:27 to go. Tokyo currently with an 8-point cushion. Also again, trying to go for the post up. Well, again, big time dunk by Goditis. Well, the Twin Towers go for the 1-2 punch, keeping this in a double-digit lead. Nagoya needs something good from this offense. From Ward, nowhere to go. Almost turns it over and does just that. Mendel goes in. Well, disappointing from Nagoya Diamond Dolphins, but in the end they survived 2 missed attempts. Cheatham made the effort to get back, but still ALVARK Tokyo had another opportunity. Cheatham down the middle, hangs in the air, goes in, strong finish. Well, he's got to take over. 21 points tonight, leading scorer. If that is on Isaac Butts, that's foul number 5. So now Nagoya will have to play the last 3:22 without a center. Yeah, he's out of it. Well, again, they're going to have to try to make do. Now Tenketsu Haramoto, as mentioned, I predicted this. He'll have to play power forward. Cheatham trying to penetrate, but that's going to remain Nagoya ball with 3:11 left. Down by 10. Moore is wide open. He'll get the ball to him. Tough pass finding Cheatham. Oh, good. Isis with a rejection. And Big Brali from Lithuania just said, Achu, thank you. And as they say in Lithuanian, Iki pasi matimo, goodbye. And he plays with ALVARK Tokyo. And another saying they have in Lithuanian, Nieko Tokyo, which in Lithuanian means no problem. Cheatham quick jump hook. That's not going to go. There's a step back three. Not going to go from Leonardo Mendel. 2:35 left, down by 10. Got to draw something up here for KT Imamura. Pulling with that screen from Tenketsu Haramoto. She now know where to go here. Nakigashi puts up a Hail Mary three. Big time! That cuts down to 7 as now Danis Adamaitis calls timeout. 2:14 left. This team holding on to a 7-point lead. Incredible scenes here at the Yoyogi Arena live in Tokyo for this B.LEAGUE matchup between ALVARK Tokyo and Nagoya Diamond Dolphins. Well, we're going to return again in just under 90 seconds. Well, here we go. Final moments. Tokyo just need to keep putting points back on the board. Nagoya needs stops. They do have a foul to give, as do Tokyo. Let's pick up off of Rasada. Now we're under 10 here on the shot clock. Tevs penetrates all the way, and again, that is simply too tough to defend. Back to a 9-point ball game. Well, he's got to get the ad one. Counted! And he'll go to the free throw line. Shot to make this a 6-point deficit with 1:49 to go. And I think what Coach Dennis is asking, there was a kick there, potentially. Full personal foul against Semasai's. He gets the free throw to count. 6-point lead. Ideally, Nagoya must get a stop here. Don't want to foul. He's got to calm down. Doesn't want to pick up a foul here. Tevs, one leg and puts it up. It's going to go out of bounds. Nagoya happy to let that one go. Still belief in Nagoya Diamond Dolphins. No time to panic now, but they need composure. Don't necessarily need to go for a three-pointer. Imamura does go for it. It's up. Cheatham follows up. Big time offensive rebound. Now it is a 4-point ball game with just over a minute left. Now if you're ALVARK Tokyo, don't panic. Run the clock down as much as possible. Finds Rasada. Kicks out. Corner. Hara. Huge three. Doesn't get it. Another offensive rebound. Still, they do have one foul to give. And they give it away right there. Why? Why give it away right there? You got him down to 4.9. Foul is on Tenketsu Haramoto. Oh no, maybe that's on Taketo Kato. This is smart here by Danis Adamaitis, taking Gudaitis out of the game, knowing that they'll probably try to foul him very quickly. Well, there you go, there's the final foul to give away. So now, Rossiter will go to the free throw line here for ALVARK Tokyo. And now Gudaitis is going to check back into the game. Makes the first one. Both free throws made. Back to a 6-point ball game. And a timeout's going to be called by Nagoya Diamond Dolphins, down by 6 with 26.8 left here in the game. Could this be the first victory for ALVARK Tokyo since December 2024? .8. They go for the lob pass. They find Cheatham. Imamura penetrates. Goes in for the layup. Doesn't get it. Oh no, foul's been called. So a chance to go to the free throw line.
And number 11, Sebastian Sai.
Well, if he makes his 2 free throws and cut it down to a 4-point ball game, then they've got to think about putting on a full court press. Try to force a turnover, but I'd imagine if he makes a second one, Adamaitis may call timeout to advance the ball. But he missed the free throw. The pressure just getting to Keita Imamura. That's the second one. Here's the full court press. No timeout called. Tokyo just need to inbound this. For Rossiter, there's a double team. Tokyo no problem bringing it down. Foul's going to be called, so Sakabe now will go to the charity stripe here for ALVARK Tokyo. Well, it may very well be the first victory. First victory for them since December 22nd when they defeated the Akita Northern Happy Nets. That was back in 2024. Well, big time free throws made. Seven-point lead currently. Tokyo still with the ball back, and another foul has been called. Well, you got to credit Nagoya Diamond Dolphins. They've battled to the end. Watson makes the free throw. Second one rolls in. Tokyo. The fans can finally have a sigh of relief. The disappointing game yesterday here against Nagoya Diamond Dolphins. Now they'll get their first win since December 22nd, 2024. Well, a big congratulations to ALVARK Tokyo. I'm not quite sure why Tokato decided the foul there. The game was done and dusted. Well, these free throws right now don't mean too much because if you think in the grand scheme of things, the 17-point win by Nagoya yesterday doesn't mean that they do have the potential head-to-head against ALVARK Tokyo, but they're not going to pick up 10 defeats tonight. They will now move to 21-9. Second one made. Well, a big victory here for the Capital City team. ALVARK Tokyo, they'll finish winning this one 77-69 against ALVARK Tokyo here at the Yoyogi Coliseum in Japan. Japanese B.LEAGUE basketball, the second best team here in the Central Conference, maintain their playoff position. Well, we are going to, well, again, Coach Dennis, not sure what he's upset about. Speaking with Dennis, that might be about something, but just need to shake hands and just go to their respective benches or changing rooms in the case of Nagoya Diamond Dolphins, but a big win for them nonetheless. Tokyo fans, big sigh of relief for them. Huge monumental win. Well, now they need to build on this. Remember, they are the second best team in the conference. One of the very best teams here in the B-League. But it's not just enough to win. This home crowd, they got to know that this is going to be a regular thing for them. They want to get back to a team who competes with B-League championships. Because they have won 2 B-League championships. They've also won a FIBA Asia Champions Cup for that matter. This is a team that has high expectations. Well, we are going to hear from head coach, captain, and games MVP. ALVARK Tokyo's next game will be against Levenga Hokkaido. While Nagoya Diamond Dolphins will indeed be hosting Osaka Vesa, a team who hasn't made the B-League playoffs since 2021.
それでは見事勝利をいたしましたアルバルク東京に改めて大きな拍手をお送りください。ではアドバイティスヘッドコーチに来ていただきました。苦しい期間を続きましたが、今日は見事な勝利でした。振り返っていかがでしたか。
We're going to hear now from Dainis Adamaitis, head coach of ALVARK Tokyo.
こんにちは。はい、皆さんこんにちは。First of all, Happy New Year to everyone and thank you for your unbelievable support. はい、まずちょっと遅いんですけども、改めまして明けましておめでとうございます。それと本日、声援サポートありがとうございます。This support gives us like this energy what he needed today. That's everything was about energy and effort. 本当今日の試合に関しましては本当気迫エネルギーレベルこれを選手たちがよくプレーしてくれました。それとファンの皆さんの後押しがあったからこのような形で勝利することができました。ありがとうございます。ありがとうございました。
ありがとうございました。アドバイティスヘッドコーチでした。では続いて本日のオンファイヤー賞の発表を行います。本日の試合でバスケットライブ視聴者から最もファイヤーを獲得したのは背番号3番テーブスカイ。なお本日は10番ファイヤーに達成しましたので、テーブス選手には5枚のフリスビーにサインを書いていただき、この選手コート一周の際客席に投げ入れていただきます。本日もたくさんのファイヤーありがとうございました。
What kind words coming from Dennis Adamitis? Now he's trying to run away with the game's most valuable player award check, but that's of course going to go in the end to ALVARK Tokyo's Hiryu Okamoto.
まずはこの人、背番号3番テーブスカイ。
Well, now we're going to hear from Kai Tebs, and we will have this translated into English, so let's hear what he has to say. Great game from his return from injury.
ただいま。
久しぶりのコートでのプレーどうでしたか？
はい、もうシンプルにバスケットできただけで本当に楽しかったです。
そして本日客席からも熱いエナジーが届いてたと思いますが、その辺はどうでしたか？
いや本当に皆さんのおかげで勝てた試合だと思いますし、皆さんの声援本当に選手の力になっているので、本当にありがとうございました。
では最後に改めて、集まってくれているファンの皆さんにメッセージをお願いします。
ありがとうございます。
ありがとうございました。では続いてこの男、熱い燃える男、背番号1番岡本飛龍。さあ今ガッツポーズが出ましたが、振り返れば第3クォーターエナジーを持ったディフェンスを見せてくれました。振り返っていかがでしたか？
はい、苦しい連敗が続いててエナジーとエフォートが足りないっていうことはみんな分かってたんで、それを今俺ができなかったらこのチームにいる意味ないと思ってたんで、どうにかしてそれをコートに示そうと思ってやった。エナジー。
さあそのコートの上で腕立て伏せを見せるシーンがありました。エナジー注入したと思います。あのプレーにはどんなものがこもってたんですか？
それで皆さんが盛り上がってくれたんでよかったです。
飛龍君、筋トレが足りてないということではないですよね。筋トレが足りてないということではないですよね。
はい、足りてないです。
OK です。ではファンの皆さんにメッセージをお願いします。
はい、また頑張ります。オールスターウィーク挟みますけど、またパワーアップして、戻ってくれるように頑張ります。引き続き応援よろしくお願いします。
ありがとうございました。それでは最後はもちろんこの人でしょう。チームに勢いをくれました背番号9番アンドシュート。
Well, we're just going to translate what Kai Tebs said. It says, I'm back. I'm just simply happy to play basketball again. The fans supporting gave him a lot of energy today, and a big thank you to the fans. Now we'll hear what Shuto Ando has to say, and we'll get this translated as well.
ブザービーターのスリーポイント、確実にチームに勢いを持ってきました。今日のゲーム振り返っていかがですか？
そうですね、本当今シーズン自分あまり調子良くない中でも本当にチームメイトが信頼してパスをくれるので、あとは自分が決めるだけっていう仕事が、今日やっと結果としてつながってくれたので、また次の試合に向けてしっかりと準備したいなと思います。
さあシュートの後 胸を叩くシーンが何度も見られました。どんな思いが詰まってました？
いやもう本当にそろそろ決めないとね、チームのためにもならないですし、やっぱ5連敗してた中での、今日やっぱ結果として出てくれたので、本当に皆さんもほっとしてると思うんですけど、それ以上に本当に自分自身がほっとしてます。
さあシュート君は守るもの大切なものが一つ増えたと思いますが、その辺についても聞かせてください。
はい、昨年になるんですけど、第2子が生まれました。本当はもうちょっと早くね MVP 取って言おうと思ったんですけど、なかなか取れなかったんで、この場を借りてやっと言えるので、本当に2児のパパとしてまた頑張りたいなと思います。これからもよろしくお願いします。
では最後に会場に集まってくれたファンの皆さんにメッセージをお願いします。
はい、やっぱ5連敗で苦しい中でも本当に皆さんの声援が、今日本当に力になりましたし、皆さんのずっと変わらない声援というのは僕たちの本当に力になるので、オールスターウィーク挟みますけど、また次の試合からも応援の方よろしくお願いします。
ありがとうございました。本日のヒーロー背番号3番テーブス海、そして背番号1番岡本美優、そして背番号9番安藤修斗でした。では最後アルバルクウィーで締めていただきたいんですが、誰にマイクを？飛龍君ですね。飛龍君、今日はエナジー持って大きな声でエナジー持ってお願いしますよ。ではお願いします。
アルバルクウィー。
本日もたくさんの応援ありがとうございました。
これより選手、チームスタッフがコート内を一周して退場となります。どうぞ皆様。
Well, we'll just get those translated for you. The words from Okamoto as well as the likes of Shito Ando. Well, after Kai Tebs had spoken, talked about how happy he was to be back playing and a big thank you to the fans, Okamoto's words were, "We know that we needed more energy today, so we really tried our best. We improved every part of our game together, and we'll improve more for the next game." And a final message to the fans from Hideo Okamoto was, "Please keep on supporting us. Your support means the world." Well, in the case of Shito Ando, he says, "I'm struggling this season, but today, finally I did a good job. Today, my performance was satisfying." And of course, in his private life, he has a new baby child, so he has to play hard for his kids. But again, another message from Shito Ando to the Tokyo fans as Kai Tebs and Okamoto. A huge arigato gozaimasu, and a thank you for supporting. Well, as mentioned, it's their first win since December 2024 on the 22nd. A huge monumental win here tonight for ALVARK Tokyo. Well, relief for him now in his third season. Got to get him back to the playoffs, but got to make them a B.LEAGUE title contender this year. Well, some extraordinary results have taken place today here in the B.LEAGUE, while currently Fighting Eagles Nagoya up against Kawasaki Brave Thunders. Koshiga Lakes losing to Shimane Susanna Magic, while Kyoto Hanari's second victory for them against Okada Lavenga. Ruku Golden Kings, again, proven to be a top team in the West yet again. Well, the other outstanding result, San and Neo Phoenix winning 129-64. That is, well, beyond belief. Well, you can see what basketball means to this community. ALVARK Tokyo, a team that was created back in 1948, known as the Tokyo Pacers. Have arguably been one of the greatest professional teams here in the history of Japanese basketball. And it was the opening play of the game. Sebasai is getting the first bucket. Huge monumental turnaround in this game. Kaitsevs as well. Return from injury has been steady, but you know, he's really come into his own in this game. They've really missed that backcourt play from him. Well, here's the defense by Leonardo Mendel. Mendel going in for the interception, and then had the open breakaway dunk. Guess they want to put the haunting memories away of losing in the quarterfinals of the playoffs last season against Ryukyu Golden Kings. And it was Shikohata, the deep three. Incredible performance from him. Well, great work as well by Seba Saiz. Saiz going in, finishing under intense pressure. And look at the ab one here by Leonardo Mendel. Mendel's play, taking him to the free throw line and putting them back up by double digits. Also, great play tonight from this man, Keita Imamura, the former Ryukyu Golden Kings B.LEAGUE champion 2023. Really joining the Nagoya Diamond Dolphins this season. Had some big three-pointers, 17 points by the fourth quarter, but just wasn't able to hit any threes in the fourth. Final shot of the first half by Taki Osakabe. And again, Etherton, nice little move around the defense. Unfortunately, he fouled out in the game with only 6 points this evening. Well, you felt this team was going to come back. Huge three by Imamura in the second half. Chance wasn't meant to be. A great play by Cheatham, of course. Well, that was a huge block. Things like this, of course, you just felt that, you know, from Shikohata, who really has struggled this season. What Tokyo's needed, players to really step in and step up to the tempo and, you know, to answer to the critics. Well, Taketo Kato had some big moments in this game, just not enough to say the least. Where they needed him was just on that consistent basis. But they'll move on. They picked up the big victory, of course, as mentioned yesterday. Still fighting for that playoff spot, and that will be crucial for the Nagoya Diamond Dolphins. Well, that is how the game finished between these two teams. And of course, ALVARK Tokyo's first win since December 22nd. Incredible showcase here from these two teams, really battling out to the end. Only 9 turnovers time from ALVARK Tokyo. And again, the very best defensive team in the B-League, who only give away 71 points, gave only 69 points away tonight against Nagoya Diamond Dolphins. Well, combined total of 13 three-pointers made between these two teams. Because the rebound count tells you everything. 17 offensive boards here for ALVARK Tokyo. Well, as we look at the stats, as this game is now finished, we will, of course, take a look at some of the game's leaders, and then we'll look at the final fixtures to look out for today here in the Japanese B-League, as well as next week. Because now this game is finally finished, and what a game it was. Well, transition points was another key thing that came into play between these two teams. Because fast break basketball really is the key pedigree of how they both like to go at each other. Second shots points definitely going in favor of ALVARK Tokyo. And, you'd expect that down to the size that they have inside the paint. Problem is for Nagoya Diamond Dolphins, just getting into foul trouble too early really did cost them. 16 points tonight for Shuto Ando, 28 for Zillan Cheatham, 18 for Keita Imamura. Incredible game tonight between these two. Well, there are your final stats between these two teams. Ryan Rossiter, 14 points. Taiki Osakabe with 14 as well. Just a terrific game of basketball, to say the least. Well, the ALVARK Tokyo fans enjoying this occasion very much. As I said, they'll be so happy to know that they picked up yet another victory. The first one since, as already mentioned, December 22nd. That was in last year. Well, 7 points for Kai Tevz, 1 assist, 2 steals, and 1 rebound. Steady progress returned from his injury. Was Kai Tevz, former Utsunomiya Brex player, where he was teammates with Ryan Rossiter. Well, we are going to take a look at final fixtures. Well, the fixtures coming up next weekend. Shimane will take on Mikawa. Akita will host Ibaraki. Sendai will play against Shiga. Guma Crane Thunders against Yokohama B says San Antonio Phoenix. Top table clash against Sun Rocket Shibuya. Nagoya Diamond Dolphins, as mentioned, will host Osaka Vesa, while Kyoto will take on the defending champions Hiroshima Dragonflies. Fighting Eagles Nagoya will take on Chiba. Hokkaido Lavenga will welcome ALVARK Tokyo to the Northern Island, Japan. Nagasaki Velka will take on the bottom team of Kawasaki Brave Thunders. Saga Balloonas will take on Koshigai Alphas. But it will be a rematch of the 2022 B-League Finals, as Ruku Golden Kings will take on Utsunomiya Brex. Well, basketball fans watching live here on B.League International, unfortunately, it is that time of day where we say thank you for joining us. Arigatou gozaimasu, sayonara, and ayasumi nasai. We thank you for joining us here on B.League International, but for now, it is indeed good night, goodbye, and God bless from here at the Yoyogi Arena, the home of ALVARK Tokyo. This is the Japanese B-League. We'll see you for more games.